If I was in charge of Star Wars Episode 9, I can assure you that it would be vastly different than Rise of Skywalker. Would it have been better than Rise of Skywalker? I think so, but that's really up to you. As for the title, I haven't decided definitively what it would be, but I have played along with Threshold of the Prophecy, Reign of the First Order, amongst others. For this video, I'm going to use the title The Balance Revealed. For The Balance Revealed, it will be succeeding The Last Jedi. Let me know if I should do my own version of The Last Jedi. I'm not sure how I'm going to address the character of Princess Leia, given that Carrie Fisher passed away at the end of 2016. And as a random YouTuber, I don't know what footage from The Force Awakens I would have, other than what was used in Rise of Skywalker. And I don't know how applicable what Rise of Skywalker used would be to Balance Revealed. But like Rise of Skywalker, I don't see Leia making it out of Balance Revealed alive. Therefore, I'll let you speculate what Leia does in my version of Episode 9. Basically, we have the opening crawl, and like Rise of Skywalker, we start out with a Star Destroyer on Mustafar. Unlike Rise of Skywalker, this is 5 years after The Last Jedi, and Kylo Ren has made Mustafar into a pseudo-headquarters for the First Order, and the Knights of Ren are traveling to the planet to meet up with him. Kylo Ren could be looking at star charts indicating how much of the galaxy is under the First Order, about 2/3 at this point. He could be training and displaying abilities previously unseen in the Star Wars universe. Either way, once the Knights have arrived, Kylo informs them that they are cracking down on Canto Bight due to the Resistance also getting weapons from them. We then cut to some vicious battle taking place. It doesn't matter what planet it is on, but the battle is clearly in favor of the First Order, and the Resistance and their allies either in retreat or get wiped out. Then we cut to a Resistance meeting where they discuss the dominance of the First Order, and Poe, who is either in charge or second only to Leia, reveals that he has made a couple deals on Canto Bight for a massive array of military equipment, including Venator II class Star Destroyers. The Venator II is similar in structure to the Clone Wars era Venator, but with extra turbo cannons and sharp rows of point defense around the main hangar bay, and with special solar generators that provide the vessel with extra powerful shields.
First the mashup. Now importing the Venator-class Star Destroyer into the sequel trilogy. You really love the Clone Wars, don't you?
Yes. Rey, Finn, and a couple other Resistance officials are sent to Canto Bight to engage in secret negotiations. While there though, Kylo Ren shows up at the casino and announces that there are multiple Jedi amongst the crowd, causing a murmur. Rey was shocked because she thought she was the only one. Kylo then announces that someone on Canto Bight was actively helping the Resistance and that the First Order aid to the Resistance was neutralized. He then spoke of a threat coming from outside the galaxy, whose nature he does not know of at this time, and implores those sympathetic to the Resistance that the sooner the First Order wins the war, the easier it will be for them to deal with this threat. At this point, a fight breaks out between a Jedi and a Knight of Ren, and then fighting breaks out throughout the casino. The Knights of Ren really get to show what they are made of as they slowly take out more Jedi, not by killing them, but incapacitating them and capturing them. Eventually, Kylo Ren slowly moves towards a pair of Jedi close to Rey, and given how powerful Kylo has grown, you get the sense that he's not in any danger. Rey orders Finn and the other Resistance members to leave as she confronted Kylo alongside two Jedi. During the 3-on-1 duel, Kylo Ren is suddenly pushed out of the window, but he manages to pull Rey, the first two Jedi, and the third Jedi out with him, and they continue their duel on the beach. Eventually, Kylo cuts Rey's arm off, and the third Jedi force pushes her back to where she is eventually found by Finn. A fourth Jedi eventually confronts Ren, and it is clear that she is the leader of these new Jedi. She tells the third Jedi to be with her daughter, and for the other two Jedi to retreat while she duels Kylo Ren, and this is the first time we feel that Kylo Ren has met his match. Meanwhile, the third Jedi catches up with Rey and Finn. Eventually, the Millennium Falcon shows up, and the Jedi boards it with Rey, Finn, and the Resistance crew. Upon being asked who she was, the Jedi takes off her mask, revealing an elderly Qi'ra, the woman from Solo, and reveals that she is Rey's mother. Rey's father was called Corvin Voss, cousin of Crimson Dawn's Dreeden Voss, and son of Quinlan Voss. They eventually settled on Jakku, but then they realized they were being hunted by Snoke. They decided to leave Rey on Jakku and then lure Snoke away from Jakku and elsewhere in the unknown regions, in the hopes that Snoke never learns of her existence. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren was on a Star Destroyer and is informed by General Hux that some entity is making contact, and it's likely the external threat they were studying. When communication is made, the threat asks for Palpatine, and Kylo tells them that the Empire is now the First Order, and that anything they wish to say to Palpatine can be addressed to him as Supreme Leader. I'll let you guys speculate over who this threat was, or what was said, but the movie will not reveal the nature of the threat at this time, only that it is extragalactic. Back at Resistance headquarters, Rey demands to know what her mother was up to, having become a Jedi, and why Rey was left on Jakku for so long. Qi'ra reveals that Luke met up with a Grey Jedi after the fall of the Empire, and agreed that there should be 2 Jedi Orders, one to grow in secret while Luke's was more public, though not quite as public as the Clone Wars era order. They remained hidden while they grew their strength, but decided that the First Order was nearing total domination over the galaxy, hence why they finally revealed themselves. They also trusted in the Force to know if and when the time was right to go after Rey before Snoke got her. Qi'ra then informed Poe that the Second Jedi Order would be heading to Naboo, since they believed that the First Order would strike there next. Poring over star charts, the Resistance concluded that Naboo was indeed a prime target for the First Order to strike, and that if Naboo fell, the rest of the galaxy would soon follow. Poe then revealed that a deal he was working on Canto Bight had gone through, and that the Resistance would soon be in possession of a large fleet with which they can reinforce Naboo. Qi'ra decided to take Rey to Naboo to train under the Second Order's leader, and to better prepare Naboo's defenses. On the journey, Rey looks at her now robotic arm and wonders if she really was that useful against the First Order these days. Eventually, they arrive on Naboo, still First Order free for the time being. While in the palace, Rey encountered the other Second Order Jedi, including a grown-up Bridger. Ezra Bridger. Eventually, they meet the leader of the Second Order, who removed her mask and hood, revealing an elderly Ahsoka Tano. And I'm going to go ahead and stop here because my video script is already on the 3rd page. For my Star Wars specific video, I wanted to explore whether Palpatine knew about both Luke and Leia, but when brainstorming the logistics of what info would have been left behind by the Rebels and later the Empire on Polis Massa, the theory just fell apart. What do you think about this version of Episode 9? I estimate that we're about a third of the way through, and you are free to fill in some of the gaps left behind by my summary, as well as modify what I did establish. Who knows? While I have a framework for how the rest of Balance Revealed plays out, I am willing to take some of your suggestions into account as I proceed. Feel free to leave your suggestions and feedback in the comments section below, and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you'll know when I return to continue Balance Revealed.